Am I overreacting is a good question. I'm your host, Tight. Here are my suggestions. Our first one is from Substantial Durian 271. Am I overreacting for asking my wife to stay at her mom's after I caught her putting something odd in my coffee? I'm 46 male, really shaken, and need advice to know if I went too far. My wife, 49 female, and I have been married for 4 years, together for 7. She's always been so kind, always making my morning coffee, and we've had a good life together. English isn't my first language, I speak it well, but sometimes I struggle to explain feelings, so bear with me. For the past few weeks, I've been feeling off after drinking my coffee. Dizzy, nauseous, sometimes my hands shake. I thought maybe it's work stress or something I ate, but 2 days ago, I came home early and saw my wife in the kitchen, dropping some kind of powder into my coffee mug from a small, unmarked vial. It wasn't sugar or creamer. It looked strange, like medicine or worse. When she saw me, she slipped the vial into her pocket and said it was just a new coffee mix, but her voice was shaky, and she wouldn't look at me. That evening, I asked her calmly to tell me what it was. She said it was a natural supplement to help me feel better, but she couldn't say what it was or why there was no label. I got scared. Those symptoms I've been having aren't normal, and she's never hidden things before. I told her I needed space to think and asked her to stay at her mom's for a few days. She got upset, started crying, and said I was overreacting and breaking her trust. She left last night, and now she's texting me, saying it was nothing harmful and I'm making a big deal out of it. I kept the vial, but I'm too nervous to test it. I love her. She's my everything, but I'm scared she might be putting something bad in my coffee. Am I overreacting for asking her to leave? I can't sleep, and I keep checking the locks on the doors, feeling paranoid in my own home. Please tell me if I'm wrong here. Update. Thank you all for your responses. You guys really helped me clear my head. I was hesitant, but I called 911, and they said they'll look into it. I'm feeling worse each day, dizzy, weak, and my stomach's still off, so I'm heading to the hospital today to get checked out. My wife keeps texting, begging to come home and saying it was just a herbal energy boost she found online, but she still can't explain why she hid it. I told her to stay at her mom's until I know more. I'm scared and exhausted, but I'll keep you all updated when I get answers. Thanks for making me feel like I'm not going crazy. Update. Hey everyone, I'm at the hospital. Sorry for not keeping y'all updated. I'm not really feeling well right now. Thanks so much for all your comments and support. The doctor ran some tests and said there's something off in my blood work, but they don't know exactly what yet. They're sending samples to a lab, and it'll take a couple days to get results. They told me to stay here for observation because of my symptoms, dizziness, nausea, shaking. So it's getting worse very quick. I gave the vial to the police when they stopped by earlier, and they're testing it. They didn't say much, but their serious faces freaked me out. My wife keeps calling and texting, sobbing, saying she's so sorry and it was just some herbal remedy from my friend to help me. But she's still dodging my questions about why she hid it, and it's making my head spin. I told her we can't talk until I'm out of here and know what's going on. She's at her mom's, but her texts are so frantic, it's breaking my heart. I love her, but I don't think if I can ever trust her again. I'm stuck in this hospital bed, and I feel so alone. I'll keep y'all updated when I hear from the lab or police. I definitely feel like her crying could be one of two things. She definitely didn't do anything wrong, at least to her, that she really did try to give a proper supplement but couldn't give a proper answer, which I highly doubt based on the secrecy, or she's crying at the fact that she's about to be found out and might end up in jail as a result of attempted poisoning. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes peeled for an update on this, and if there is one, you'll find it in a future episode of Am I Overreacting? I really hope for the OP's sake though, they end up recovering and ending up well and getting to the bottom of this. And our final one is by Character Rap 4917. Am I overreacting for wanting to end my marriage after what my husband did during our break? I, 25 female, and my husband, 27 male, have been married for 2 years, together for 5. We married young, but we were both ready, emotionally and financially. We both wanted a big family. I got pregnant last year, and about 6 months ago, I had a stillbirth at 5 months. It happened after a fall. My husband slipped on the stairs, fell on me, and we both tumbled down. It was a freak accident. I don't blame him, but I was struggling not to at that point, and I had to be rushed to the hospital, and we lost the baby. The physical recovery was painful, and emotionally, I was a mess. I was grieving, traumatized, and mentally not okay. I asked for space. I told him I wanted to stay with my parents for a while to heal and process everything. I started therapy and encouraged him to do the same. I was gone for about 2.5 months, trying to recover emotionally, physically, and mentally. Eventually, I moved back in. We resumed therapy together. Things were still heavy, but I thought we were trying to move forward. That's when he told me, very guiltily, that while I was away, he hooked up with another woman because we were on a break. I was shocked, hurt, numb. We are married. We weren't on a break like some in high school relationship. I went to stay with my parents to grieve our child, not to take a break from the relationship. I never once implied it was okay to sleep with other people. He never asked or clarified. He just decided that's what our space meant. To make it worse, he waited 1.5 months after I came back to confess. That tells me he knew exactly what he was doing. He hid it. He lied by omission for weeks. I left immediately, booked a hotel for like 3 days, cut everyone off. I didn't want to talk to my parents or friends because I knew they'd try to convince me to forgive him. Right now, I'm staying with my brother for like 2 weeks. I've even stopped therapy. Everything feels pointless for now. He's been apologizing nonstop, saying we can fix this. We can keep going to counseling. We can rebuild. He's even involved both our parents. Now everyone, his parents, my parents, is saying I should give him a chance. That he was grieving in his own way. That it wasn't cheating because we were apart. But I can't look at it that way. I feel betrayed. I think he made a choice. And I don't feel any desire to fight for this marriage anymore. Everyone except my brother is making me feel like I'm overreacting. The divorce is too far-fetched. Edit. Honestly, I'm just now realizing he may have felt abandoned, and I did a poor job there. Thanks for pointing that out. We were still in contact. He never said it or in counseling, but again, maybe he felt like he can't do that. I can't read his mind though. I was away from him too, but we both had our families there for us, so I never thought of it as abandoning him. I was still there for him. Still, I feel things would have only gotten worse if I hadn't taken that time, and I don't think I'd change that. This does help me forgive him, not stay, and move on if I don't think of him as some sort of monster for doing this. If you really love somebody, why would you go and sleep with somebody else? Especially if they're going through that traumatic experience and they're trying to get past it. Why would you add to it? I definitely do not think they are overreacting in any way, shape, or form. I'd probably have done the same. Alright, that's enough stories for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Am I Overreacting? If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons and super thanks contributors. Have a great day and stay safe out there.